Fishing reels are a really big investment, so you really want to take care of your equipment. To be honest, some of the most destruction I see on fishing reels is actually due to improper washing techniques. The worst thing that occurs when you wash a reel is using too much water pressure. So there's three main areas that you don't want to force water. It displaces the grease, and the grease is actually your seals. And it also forces in any salt crystals that may have been built up throughout the day. So the first area that you really want to be careful of is this two-speed system. On Penns, Shimano's, Finors, any of these anodized two-speed reels. This area, you do not want to force water into the shift mechanism. On internationals, it might be, on the side, but, this is a very key area that once the water goes in, it will destroy the bearings, and you're gonna have to service that reel really quickly. The other area is this drag lever slot. So you do not want to force water into this gap where this drag lever rides. The other area that you really have to pay attention to, especially on Penn Internationals, is this gap between the spool and a side plate. That's the drag side of the reel, and you want to keep all the water outside of it. There's no reel that really is completely sealed of these big game reels. The other thing you want to keep in mind too is to drop your drag into free spool and clicker engaged to reduce backlash. What this does is it helps to close all of those gaps that I just talked about in this drag cam assembly, the drag lever assembly, and the drag plate. And for Penn Senators, the area that you really want to be careful is this area where it has the drag cup. And for this reel, it's the exact opposite. You want to tighten up your drag. Tighten up your drag before you wash it so that you do not introduce any water or push any salt crystals into this area. And always remember too, when you store your reel, back off on all of your drags. That'll help to keep your drags lasting longer and to keep all the internal moving parts lasting longer. It's really important also to maintain your reels by servicing them annually. And especially at the end of a season, if you know you're not going to fish for another 6 months or 9 months, that's when you want to get ahead of the game and service your reels. Even brand new reels, believe it or not. The reels don't come properly greased from the factory. You need to service that reel from the very beginning because the grease may not be in the right places, maybe too much grease, too little bit grease. And especially in these Shimano's and Penns, these anodized reels, just greasing up these side plate screws is critical because a lot of them come with zero grease on it. And in areas especially where there's 3 different metals, a stainless steel screw going into a chrome plated lug harness to an aluminum frame, that's 3 dissimilar metals. This is where the electrolysis is going to start to happen, especially when you don't have a good grease to protect it. Proper cleaning and maintenance will keep your gear running for years and years to come.